Okay, so it has been some time since I have made a video specifically for this channel. Last week, I did a couple of live videos to show folks how I use Logos in my sermon preparation, and it got just a handful of reviews. I know I have a few hundred subscribers. This isn't some big channel, and I'm not trying but in any way to be some kind of influencer or anything like that. The whole purpose of this channel has always been for me just to share what works for me as a pastor and hopefully equip other pastors, help other pastors in what they do. Um, and so it's been a couple of years, I think, since I've really done any videos or anything like this. And a lot of that is just because there's been a lot of stuff happening in my life where, as a pastor, I got really busy and didn't have the time that it would take to sustain a channel or anything like that. I hope in 2026 to have some kind of rhythm where I can make a video and have it published once a week. I do have a couple of videos coming out that I'm working on right now, one of which will be how I use my iPad for preaching, not just for my manuscript. I preach from my iPad most of the time. I know I did a video how to preach without notes. I did that. It was kind of rough for me. I think I even talked about that in that video. And I think if you can do that, that's awesome. I don't think everybody can. I'm more of a manuscript guy, or at least some kind of outline guy. But I do have some videos coming down the pipeline, and hopefully going to have some things over the next few weeks, rounding out the year. But also have some stuff I want to kind of talk about a little bit in some of my upcoming videos. Just like I said, I'm trying to get that all figured out. So I guess if you are one of the 400 or so subscribers to this channel, please just know I'm still here. I'm still pastoring in a small town, in a small church, and I'm not ashamed of that by any stretch. I don't care what the Carl Lintzes of the world say. I think that you can have revival in a small church. I don't think the size of your church is any kind of indication of whether or not they're loved by God or anything like that, or they're in revival. And maybe that's something to talk about in another video too. But I have started school at Covenant Baptist Theological Seminary. I'm really liking that. I'll probably do a whole video or 40 about that and about that experience. Right now I'm taking Greek. And if you have taken the languages, you know that's not an easy class by any stretch. And so I'm trying to make sure I balance my time. One of the things I talked about, one of those live videos, is making sure that I dice up my day for God, for the church, and for my family. And I'm really appreciative of H.B. Charles giving us, those in the Master's Fellowship, kind of his outline for his week and how he does that, because I have honestly, sermon prep has not become, it's not been the grind that it had been before, the stress that it had been before. By the time I roll around ready to start typing up my manuscript and laying out everything I'm going to be preaching on, by the time I do all of that, it seems like I kind of have a good idea of what I want to say, good idea of what I want to do, how I want to say and do those things. And so I'm very appreciative of that. And maybe I can do a video on my spin on all of what he does in a video later too. Maybe that's something else. All that to say right now, I just want to say, if you are still subscribed, thanks. That's awesome. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. Make sure you hit the little bell, the thumbs up, and all that, whatever YouTubers are supposed to say. But I'm looking forward to what's coming next, not just for this channel, but for my life. And I think that some good things are on its way. So anyway, praise God. I pray you're blessed. I pray you're encouraged. And if you're in the Dakotas like I am, I pray you are staying warm, because we are getting ice right now. So anyway, in the meantime, God bless you guys. We'll see you in the next one.